Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be going over my stock portfolio that I've been growing since April 2020. I recently found the stock market interesting to learn about since we are in the middle of the coronavirus and I wanted to have something to do, so I decided to go ahead and start investing. Before we go ahead and jump into the video, I do want to mention that I am no way a professional, and everything that I have invested in and everything that I'm about to share with you is based on my opinion. Now, without further ado, this is a journey and I do want all of us to go ahead and take that journey together, so let's go ahead and get into the video. The first stock I do want to go ahead and get into is Pepsi. I like Pepsi because they're very diversified with their products. Not only are they in the bottling with their drinks, they also do have food products as far as Frito-Lays, and they're very diversified. Like I mentioned before, since Pepsi is very diversified and I do consume most of their products, I do see Pepsi as one of those stocks that in the future I would like to continue investing more money in and growing my position in. And since the coronavirus, it did take a bit of a dip, but it is still recovering, and up to today, it is one of those companies that still do go ahead and pay out their dividends to their shareholders. Now, I did hear my first investment was Pepsi, and I do like Pepsi, but I am Team Coca-Cola, and my second investment is, you guessed it, Coca-Cola. I like Coca-Cola because, like Pepsi, it is very diversified into many of the products like Powerade, Minute Maid, Dasani. But unlike Pepsi, Coca-Cola is specifically drinks only at this moment. And Coca-Cola is another one of those companies that I do want to grow a position in as of today. And they do, just like Pepsi, them too still pay out their dividends to their shareholders today. So I am very much Team Coca-Cola and Pepsi. But if I had to choose, I would say Coca-Cola most likely to consume. Versus, when I say consume, I mean if I had to drink. If there was a Coca-Cola product right now, like a Coca-Cola, like a can of Coca-Cola and a can of Pepsi, I'm definitely going to be drinking that can of Coca-Cola. But if there was a Gatorade and a Powerade, I'd probably go with them both. I grew up drinking mostly Gatorade. I do like Powerade, but on this one, me personally, I would have to go with Gatorade. But that's just me. Like I said, I like them both, so I am definitely going to invest in both. Now, my next investment is probably one of the biggest ones in my portfolio, and that is the Walt Disney Company. Walt Disney is probably one of my favorite companies to hold in my portfolio. Ever since I was a kid, I remember going with my family to the theme parks in near Orlando, Florida. As I got a little bit older, I never went to the one in California, so we did get to go to the one in Anaheim, California. But just the feeling you get whenever you go inside these theme parks are always just definitely an adventure, and one I would always remember to this day. And just the feelings, the emotions you get whenever you're in Disney, and they're just magical. I got to get my pictures taken with the characters. I remember growing up, I always had like a booklet that they give you, and before you get your picture taken, they would always autograph their character, what character they are for the day. So Mickey would autograph Mickey Mouse, Captain Hook would obviously Captain Hook. There was just always a blast going to Disney and to Disney World and Disneyland, and I am very happy to add Walt Disney to my portfolio. As we move on to the next investment in my portfolio, I kind of got it from looking at Warren Buffett's portfolio. I noticed how he has a lot of investment in banks, and I figured that maybe I should invest in a bank. So I started looking at different type of stocks that I wanted to invest in. Either it was going to be Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, American Express, Visa as well are on the list, but I would get into those more in a different video. So after thinking about it, I did invest a little bit in Bank of America, but I did end up selling those off because I did decide to move those into Citigroup, which of course brings me to my next investment, which is Citigroup. I invested in Citigroup because, like I said, and I like to invest in companies that I'm a consumer with, and I do have a credit card with Citigroup, and they're also one of the companies today that do go ahead and pay out a dividend to their shareholders, which I am glad to have them into my portfolio. And yeah, they're just overall a great company. The next stock in my portfolio is Live Nation. Live Nation is very big into the ticketing and entertainment sector of my portfolio. I'm very big into that section as well. They operate in over 40 countries. They have over 200 venues, over 100 festivals, and 40,000 annual concerts. Just looking at their 2019 total revenue breakdown, 81.6% came from concerts, 13.4% came from ticketing services, and 5.1% came from sponsorships and advertisements. Since late February, early March, they did take a bit of a hit because of the coronavirus. Since the lockdown, there hasn't been any concerts or large gatherings, so of course that has been shown with their stock performance. They have slowly started climbing back up, but until the opening and until we're able to get back to there being concerts or games, or since of course Ticketmaster, any type of sporting events or large gatherings, it might go back up. That is yet to be seen, but I do see that in the next couple of years, I think that Live Nation would be very profitable. Right now they are in debt, but they are looking to get out of the debt within the next 2 to 3 years. So I do see this as a long hold in my portfolio, and I am very thankful and glad that Live Nation is part of that. I do want to add that Live Nation is not currently a dividend paying stock, so as much as that affects it, it really doesn't affect anything for me because I do expect it as a growth performing stock, and I'm looking forward to holding it for the long term. My next investment is Boeing. For those who don't know what Boeing does, Boeing is very manufacturer of commercial jetliners, and they're very big into the aerospace industry. If you've flown mostly Southwest Airlines, most of their fleet are Boeing made. American Airlines have a couple Boeing aircrafts, United Airlines, Delta Airlines. I do believe, I don't remember exactly which one, but United and Delta are right now in the mix of retiring their whole entire Boeing fleet. I don't know exactly which one. I would have to do more research on that. But Airbus and Boeing are currently the top two in that industry. So I do see Boeing as one of the companies that will eventually, in the near future, definitely bounce back up from what they are at today. I do know that they're currently going through some settlements with their 737 Maxes being grounded currently due to some difficulties and crash landings. But it has been updated through their news that they are currently manufacturing them again. As to when regulations will be lifted into where companies can start flying the 737 MAX, I have yet to get any updated information on that. But I do see Boeing as one of those companies that will eventually bounce back up from this. As of today, I do have Boeing is one of the largest in my portfolio, and as of today, it is currently one of the biggest gains that I have that has been providing profit to my portfolio. So I'm very glad that Boeing is definitely in there. As we get into the final two stocks in my portfolio, these ones could kind of be controversial as to why I'm investing in them. These ones are just personal reasons. Let's get into the first one of the last two, which is American Airlines. Along with Boeing, it has paused its dividend payout due to the current situation in the economy and with coronavirus, of course. I chose to invest in American Airlines because for the last few years, they're mainly the main company that when I do travel or need to fly around the United States or out of the country, I do use American Airlines. Personally, I have no bad experiences with American Airlines. They're mostly all positive. Their customer service for me has been great. For me, I do hear a lot of bad news from them as far as, but for me personally, like I said, for personal reasons, I have no problems with American Airlines, and I'm definitely confident that I'm definitely confident that American Airlines will be still there. I do realize that there's a lot of noise going around that they might go bankrupt. That is yet to be seen. Who knows in the upcoming months? But I do see slowly growing. I do caution slowly because like right now there is no high volume for air travel. So I do am looking into slowly growing this portion of my portfolio in American Airlines, and I do like it as well. Now my last investment, once again, is for personal reasons. I personally like the company, and like I've been saying this whole video, if you're a consumer of the product, then might as well invest in it. It's Carnival Cruise Lines. Ever since 2012, I believe, maybe 2010, me and my family have been cruising with Carnival Cruise Lines. We like cruising with them. We've had no bad experiences with them. Customer service has been well with us. We're actually part of their rewards program, whereas for each cruise and days you get, you slowly build up to your different member and tier. So this one again is for personal reasons. I personally like Carnival Cruise Lines, and just like every single stock that I invested in since early February, late March, they definitely hit the downturn. Slowly growing back up. This one is another one that slowly but surely I do want to reinvest in. Once again, I say slowly but surely is because they were largely hit by the virus, and once again, demand is not high for cruise industry right now. As of right now, I did do some research, and they are getting pretty booked for when they do plan to return to service, and I believe that is late August, June, July, August. Yeah, maybe August. I had to do more research on that again, but I do know that they are highly booked and getting high volume of cruise bookings. So I do feel that Carnival Cruise Lines is, for me personally, a good investment, and I do hope to eventually add them to grow my position in Carnival Cruise Lines. Congratulations, we made it to the end of the video. Congratulations, we made it to the end of the video. If you happen to like this video, go ahead and drop a like and feel free to subscribe. If anybody has any recommendations as far as the stock market goes, feel free to leave a comment as well. I do use a free app that I use to invest, and that is called Webull. If you're interested in investing or anything such like that, I will go ahead and drop my link as well down in the section. So that way you're welcome to go ahead and use my link to open up a free brokerage account with Webull. If you open up a free brokerage account and deposit $100, you would be getting a free stock as well. Me and you would each be getting a free stock, so that's a free stock as well. So if anyone's interested in that, I'll go ahead and drop a link down below. But otherwise, like I said, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thank you.